You know that one dark corner in your house? The one you've stared at a million times, wishing you could put a beautiful green plant there, but you just know there's not enough sun? We have all been there. Well, today, we're going to change that. We're diving into how you can pack your home with amazing plants, even in those spots that barely see the light of day.
So let's just get right to the big question, the one you're probably thinking right now. Can plants really live without sunlight? I mean, it feels like it goes against every single thing we learned in biology class, right? Is this whole idea just a myth, or is there some secret to making it work? Let's find out.
And this is really the heart of it. It feels like a total paradox, a contradiction. But the truth is, some of the toughest, hardiest plants out there aren't just surviving in the shadows. They are perfectly happy, absolutely thriving.
So let's just tackle this thing head on. We'll call it the no sunlight paradox. How in the world can something grow and flourish without the one thing we're always told it needs to live?
Exactly. You know the drill. Light plus water, that's how a plant lives. Photosynthesis is the engine. It's what powers everything. So yeah, the idea of a plant being totally cool in a dark room seems like it breaks all the rules of nature. But the real story is so much cooler than that. See, it's not about breaking the rules of nature at all. It's about understanding where these incredible plants actually come from. They have what you could call forest floor superpowers. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. These plants evolved over thousands, even millions of years on the floors of dense forests, living way down below a thick canopy of giant trees. So they've adapted, they've become masters of efficiency, with clever tricks like having huge leaves to catch every last little bit of light, or even a special kind of chlorophyll that's extra good at capturing the faint, filtered light that makes it down to them. They're not anti-sun, they're just absolute pros at living in the shade.
Okay, so now that we get the science behind this magic, it's time to meet the stars of the show. These are the undisputed champions of the low-light world, the plants that are going to turn those tricky, shady spots into your new favorite places.
First up, the one, the only, Sansevieria, but you probably know it as the snake plant. With its super sleek, modern, almost architectural vibe, this plant is a total design classic, and for a really good reason. And here's why everyone loves the snake plant. It's not just about those striking good looks. This plant is an absolute workhorse. It can handle pretty much complete darkness. And on top of that, it acts like a natural air filter for your home. It's stylish, and it's functional. What's not to love?
Next on our list of low-light legends is the ZZ plant. Seriously, if there was an Olympic medal for the ultimate survivor plant, the ZZ plant would have a gold medal hanging around its stems.
And the key word here is resilience. I mean, it's called virtually indestructible for a reason. Look at those beautiful, glossy, waxy leaves. This plant can handle some serious neglect and is absolutely perfect for those really challenging spots, like an office or maybe even a bathroom that doesn't have any windows at all.
Okay, let's talk about the pothos. If the ZZ plant is the indestructible tank, the pothos is the famously easygoing survivor. It's an absolute favorite for anyone who's just getting into taking care of plants. And the pothos is a total crowd pleaser. Those amazing trailing vines can create this gorgeous cascade of green falling from a bookshelf or a hanging basket, even if it's in a pretty dim corner. And just like some of our other champs, it's also known to help clean up the air inside. It's the perfect mix of beautiful and easy. All right, now for anyone out there who thinks having a low-light space means you have to give up on flowers, think again. Let me introduce you to the super elegant Peace Lily. This plant is a complete game changer. This right here is what makes the Peace Lily so darn special. It doesn't just hang out in low light, it actually blooms. You get those iconic, elegant white flowers that bring this touch of class to shady spots, and all the while, it's working to freshen up your air. It's absolute proof that you don't need a ton of sun to have flowers. Our next contender has a name that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about it. Meet the cast iron plant. I mean, the name itself is basically a promise of how incredibly tough it is. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Nearly indestructible. This thing can handle low light, not being watered very often, even temperature changes, and it still looks amazing. So if you're one of those people who calls themselves a plant killer, this might just be the plant that changes your mind. And finally, let's talk about an old favorite that you might not have realized is so wonderfully adaptable, the classic spider plant. Now, while it's definitely happiest with bright, indirect light, the spider plant is incredibly forgiving. It can absolutely get by in lower light conditions. And let's be real, a plant that thrives on neglect is something a lot of us can get behind. It's just easygoing, perfect for beginners, and has a look that never goes out of style.
So just to do a super quick recap of our low-light champions, you've got the practically indestructible ZZ and cast iron plants, the air-cleaning snake plant, the flowering peace lily. There is a perfect option on this list for literally any dark corner you've been wanting to liven up. Okay, so you've picked out your plants. Now, what's the secret to keeping it happy? Let's get into the most important part, the super simple rules for taking care of these shadow-loving plants. Now listen up because this is crucial. The number one thing that kills low-light plants isn't the lack of light, it's too much love. Specifically, way too much water. Think about it. In the shade, these plants grow slower, so they use way less water. Their roots can easily rot if they're just sitting in damp soil. So the pro tip is vital, let that soil dry out completely, like bone dry. Then, and only then, do you even think about watering it again. And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. You do not need a house that is flooded with sunshine to have a beautiful green indoor oasis. With the right plants and just a little bit of knowledge, any space, and I mean any space, can come to life. So there you have it. You really don't need sun-drenched windows to have your own thriving indoor jungle. The only real question left is the one on your screen right now. Which dark corner are you going to bring to life first?